Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and a very warm welcome back to the Atzelhof Equestrian Center in Lier, Belgium, host of this year's CDIO 4-Stars FEI Dressage National Cup yesterday, which was successfully won by the Belgium national team. Germany on the second place and the Netherlands on third. Congratulations again to all participants. Today's spotlight is on the Grand Prix Special, a test that stands apart in its technicality, its demand for precision and expression, and its significance in the overall individual competition. While the Grand Prix determined the team rankings yesterday, today's test is all about the individual result. This is where riders can truly set themselves apart, where mastery of collection, balance and transitions will be rewarded. My name is Robinson Bodevik from Germany, and I'm truly honored to be your English-speaking commentator again today. As a professional dressage trainer from Germany, I've had the privilege to learn from some of the greats in our sports, including Hubert Schmidt and Dorothy Schneider, and that foundation has shaped not only how I train horses, but also how I view each test, with a focus on harmony, lightness, and respect for the horse's natural biomechanics. And yes, this is my debut as a live commentator this weekend, so if a phrase now and then isn't quite perfect, thank you for bearing with me. I hope to make up with deep knowledge, enthusiasm, and heartfelt love for this fantastic sport. Today's Grand Prix Special will be judged by 5 distinguished FEI officials, each positioned at a key point around the arena to provide a complete and balanced view. At E, we have Mr. Martin van der Heijden from the Netherlands. At H, Peter Storr from Great Britain. At C, Mrs. Katherina Wüst, the president of the ground jury today. At M, Olivier Smits from Belgium. And at B, Frederico Pinteus from Portugal. The Grand Prix Special is a true test of craftsmanship. With its tighter structure and more complex transitions, it challenges both horse and rider to demonstrate finesse, strength, and partnership at the highest level. If you're enjoying following world-class dressage, make sure to stay connected with Clip My Horse TV, offering full access to top-level events, exclusive interviews, and behind-the-scenes trainings content from across the globe. So wherever you're watching from, thank you for being with us. The first rider is just about to enter the arena, and what a lineup we have ahead of us. Let's drive now into the Grand Prix Special here in Lier. Enjoy every moment of it. And representing France, we now welcome Bernard Busau to the arena. And today he presents again Rilke Rosette, a 13-year-old chestnut mare by Rilke out of a Weltmeier dam, registered with a Sangerseide stud book. Very strong and confident entrance. Always a statement of intent in the special. Let's have a look now on the first trot, the collected trot, and now the extended trot on the first diagonal. The horse really gaining ground cover, but could be a bit more active out of the hind leg, so that the hind legs really transport a little bit more the energy over the back, through the neck to the mouth. First half pass to the left. And the transition into the passage really smooth and light. Very regular, good in a clear rhythm, a nice cadence. Really nice classical passage. Again into the extended trot and now back again into the passage. These transitions are so difficult. You really need good suppleness and really need to have the horse's attention on your eights. But we see a truly partnership here between these two. Well, the half pass to the right looks a bit better than the one to the left, which could have had a bit more flexion and bending. And maybe he can try to keep the swing of the collected trot a bit more into the half pass, to keep a bit more swinging in the half pass, to even reach some more higher points. And the same transitions on the left side here. And again, a nice passage. Of course, he could be a bit more active from the hind leg, but it's regular, clear in the rhythm. And we always have to compare this passage with a normal trot work. Really finds the stretching here, nice and clear rhythm, gaining ground cover. It's really nice into the piaffe in a clear rhythm, over the back. For some higher marks, he could take a little bit more place in the piaffe on the hind leg. Yeah, very nice, yeah, but he starts active, really on the spot. Good in the connection. Maybe the rider could use a bit more the snaffle. To maybe even get him a bit longer, to give him even more balance than he already does. Yeah, let's see how he comes into the canter work now. The canter work in the special is really intense. Good crossing here in the half pass. Yeah, a little struggle there in the hind leg. In the flying change, lost a little bit the balance there in the change of direction. Good flying change here to the right. And the rider tries now again, very nice. You see how he tries to open him again, the frame, give him again a bit more balance, but keep the connection to the hind leg now for the two tempies, which are really nice, straight balanced. Very good. Very nice changes. Nice and uphill. And really clear through in the jump. And now needs to make sure to keep the rhythm. Yeah. Seems that he became a bit hard in the back. I think he lost a bit the connection before the changes in the corner already to the hind leg. Also here gaining ground cover. The collected canter could be a bit more, yeah, could be a bit more active. The horse comes a bit more behind the leg now, behind his eights, but he manages really well. Even there, he needs a little bit more jump in the canter strike. Good changes. And such a difficult line here with the period, and again 9 1/10 piece and the period to the right. There's not enough time, a lot of time for the riders to prepare. They really need to have their horse at their aids and shuffle. Good transition to the trot again. Let's have a look at the last extension. Yeah, again, also here, but this is a little bit also the type of the horse, the way the horse is trotting in general. But he still could be a bit more active from the hind leg. Very nice passage again, good transition, really fluently. Yeah. Rala tries to keep him active, comes out again, nice. And the last passage here. Very nice beginning here for Bernard Busau and Ricardo Razet. I think if he makes sure to keep the hind leg a bit more activated, a bit more closer, he can make sure that the horse really fluently opens up a little bit more the back, carries a little bit more the weight on the hind leg. But we also saw a few really highlights. For me personal, absolutely the passage work and the piaffe, really nice. Good extended walk, really relaxed. The horse seems to be happy during the whole test. And here already comes the result, 66.128% for Bernard Busau. Which is a similar score to his former event at the prestigious CDIO 5-Star Nations Cup in Compiègne in May last year, where they both also delivered commendable performances. But now, entering the arena is Switzerland's Charlotte Linhair aboard her promising stallion Dwarte, a 12-year-old black Oldenburg Cyber Desperado out of a De Niro mare, was bred by Cornelia Krudup in Germany. And this horse has been under Charlotte's guidance since the middle of last year. Really nice and impressive, beautiful horse. There comes a bit of tension here in the first diagonal. I'm sure she tries to make sure now to give him confidence. Really big type of trotting. Really nice cadence, but yeah, seems that he's not really focused on her eights. We see there's so much talent in this horse. Again, really beautiful cadence here, active. And in these moments, he seems to be really supple as well and really moving through the body. So it's a bit surprising that he sometimes gets a bit afraid of something. Beautiful passage. Maybe he could stay a bit longer in the passage in the air. Try to keep a bit more cadence without making it slower. Yeah, needs to make sure to keep the rhythm. See, he struggles a bit with the balance there. Let's see the right half pass here. Very nice crossing, very nice swinging, good bending, good flexion. Very, very good half pass. Really nice the corner. And again, good transition. Smooth and light. Maybe he really started doing the passage 2 or 3 steps too late. Again, I could keep the cadence a bit longer in the passage. It's not looking like getting a mix of passage and collected trot. That's better now. Yeah, stay regular, even in the hind leg. Yeah, see the horse is really willing to come under the body, but struggles a bit with the balance. Yeah, she really tries to open him now, give him the length in the neck, that he really finds the stretching. Could stay a bit more in front of her leg now, that he really searches a bit more by himself the way down and really stays in front of her 8 even there. Seems to be a bit sticking on the leg now. But a collected walk and a clear rhythm, very nice transition. Yeah, find the rhythm, keep the balance. Yeah, she tries just to support him as much as possible. And back in the passage. Yeah, she does not always find the regular rhythm in the passage. Now it's better, the best passage so far for me. And the transition into the canter. Let's see how she gains some points now in the canter work. The first half pass to the right. It's really important that the horses keep the rhythm, a clear 3-beat rhythm in 6 phrases. Very nice change to the right again. She manages now really well. And the changes. Could be a bit straighter. And for me personally, the rider could try to keep a little bit the seat instead of jumping too much to the left and to the right. But maybe she knows why, because she needs to support him. But for some higher marks and for getting more balance in these changes as well here, she should try to good changes. Yeah, she pets him. She should try in future to ride that a bit easier. But as I said, the riders know their horses best. Yeah, very well ridden from her. She really saved him in the right side canter, prepared the left change. Nice spirit. She didn't took the risk too high and made it too small to make sure to keep the balance. Oh, these are powerful changes. Really nice uphill. I'm sure there's Still a lot of potential in this combination here. Needs to make sure that in the right period he's not starting to turn a little bit over the middle position instead of turning really the shoulder around the outside hind leg. Very nice extended trot here again, and the transition back. Yeah, that's nice. When you see that the riders can become lighter in these transitions instead of using the reins to come back. This is how it needs to be, so that you really always have the energy from the hind leg flowing through the horse's back into the neck in both reins. Very active passage. Yeah, sometimes he's actually has some struggles in some moments of the test with the balance, but I'm sure they can improve that in future. Impressive passage again here. Now, really nice uphill, like a rising airplane. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Charlotte Linhair from Switzerland, and her impressive Dettori. Very solid performance. Instead of these little issues at the beginning, where the horse seemed to be a bit tensed, but Charlotte really managed it good, gave him confidence back during the test, and could here show us really some highlights. And here comes the score for Charlotte Linhair and Dettori, 68.298% so far. Yeah, we see there the check if everything's fine. The welfare of the horses is always in front, and the most important aspect while all the riders are training together with them. We welcome Portugal's Rita Dwarte with her striking grey stallion Irao. A young rider from Portugal. "32 for me is still young, to be honest." A really nice test yesterday. Some issues, but a test with a lot of harmony between rider and horse. Comes here really nice into this Grand Prix special with the first nice diagonal. And look at this nice frame. Yeah, the horse has the balance, searches the contact in front, out of the active hind leg, and the rider can really smooth give her eights. Could have been a bit more bending and flexion here to the left, but nice crossing, keeping the swinging in the trot. She really takes the cadence of the collected trot into these half passes. Yeah, needs to make sure to keep him regular now. Yeah, now he finds the rhythm better. Sometimes not 100% balanced. That's why he's a bit double stepping sometimes in the left hind leg. Yeah, again, it's not really regular. This will drop down the score a bit. The front legs are quite regular, but the hind leg in this passage work is not always quite balanced. On the half pass to the right. Horses really need to cross here. Not enough space for this half pass. And the transition now back. Let's see how it works on the left side. Seems to be better. This is always the first thing which is most important while riding the horse, is the rhythm. The first point on the scale of education, followed by the suppleness, which is definitely here. And this horse, the horse is really smooth and lightly. Yeah, that's getting better now. Let's see how the judges react on this. We see a horse in a clear rhythm, but could have a bit more over track. It's a soft connection. It's nice. Maybe could find a stretching down a little bit more. Even reach out higher marks. We also see here a clear 4-beat rhythm in 8 phases. And a good transition into the piaffe, very smooth. Better balanced, well done. Good managed by Rita Dwarte. Yeah, she manages it better now. Still not perfect, but better. Good transition. We see here the horse really staying on spot. Could step a bit tighter in the hind legs. It's a sign when the horse is searching a bit the balance there. Very supple transition into the canter. And what I really like is her sitting, a type of sitting. She's really sitting big. The leg is not pressing on the horse. Yeah, good half pass to the right, keeps the rhythm. Change of direction, flying change to the left. Very controlled half passes. And the change to the right, really nice uphill through the body. Very good change. Yeah, she opens up the frame again here on the short side, uses the corner, really nice. Keeps him straight for the 2 tempies, pardon. Very good 2 tempi changes. Really nice uphill with a good ground cover. Very correct 2 tempies there. And again, a nice short side. Very controlled. She really has him at her seat. And the 1 tempies. Ah, what a pity. He started so good. Maybe you saw it, just tried to give him again the pat, confidence. Maybe she recognized a small mistake by herself. That happens to the best. And the extended canter. Yeah, she takes the risk now. Good flying change, also very controlled. Yeah, the horse, she needs to be careful that he is not getting too short now. Yeah, was a bit turning by himself. Maybe she can try in the right one to keep a bit more the connection between the inside leg and outside rein, so that she holds the bending now on the right leg. Yes. Better. That he's not falling so much into the right side. That was a better period than the first one, from my perspective. Yeah, the transition. She needed a few steps, and then the extended trot again. Really spectacular. Horse could come a bit more out of the hind leg. And the last transition, passage, piaffe. Like in a few passages before, was not always 100% regular in the hind leg there. It's not always finding the balance. But a really nice test, really solid performance from Rita Rala Dwarte and her striking grey stallion Irao from Portugal. Thank you very much. You will see some highlights again of this test. You see, he's really willing to come under the body, but this, of course, makes it sometimes really difficult then for the horses to keep the balance through the passage when they are coming so much under the body. And the score for Rita Rala Dwarte and Irao, 67.277% today. And we already see the Polish team here, expecting their first rider here in the arena now. And here he comes, Roy first, with his 12-year-old KWPN gelding Infinity T. Gelding is sired by Everdale out of a Jesmere, was bred in the Netherlands. The rider originally from Israel, made a significant transition in his career by declaring for Poland at the beginning of this year. Already showcasted him at events in Lier, Saint-Truiden and Le Mans. And comes here quite good in the test. His first trot exercises. Really big trotting, impressive trotting, and he takes this expression into the passage now. Really active hind leg. Needs to make sure that the hind legs come maybe a little bit more under the body instead of just coming upper. And he closes a bit more now from behind in this passage. Really nice two-beat clear rhythm and the half pass to the right. He really asks for the bending and the flexion. Good crossing. The horse keeps the swing and he earns the points for that. Yesterday's Nations Cup here in the Grand Prix, they had a score of 66.2%. Some small issues there, but he really improved from yesterday up today. Yeah, the horse can find now a bit more the stretching, relaxation, so that he also finds a bit more over tracking. Well, we see he's not really relaxing. Find 100% relaxation here in the extended walk. Collected walk in a clear rhythm. Struggles a bit here in the piaffe. Yeah, the piaffe still needs to be improved, can be a bit quicker, a bit more on the hind leg, a bit clearer in the rhythm, a bit more over the back. That's what I mean, yeah? When the back is a little bit closed, then of course you get struggle in the piaffe, but also in these transitions then. From the passage into the canter, one of the most difficult transitions exist. He took the wrong track. Maybe he was so focused on his horse that he lost a bit of concentration for the way for a moment. But he directly finds back on track. Yeah, that was very nice change of direction. Good half passes. Yeah, again, exactly. Needs to open up again. Tries to open up the frame, really bring up the back. Oh, what a pity. Yeah, he's blocking a bit his back, and then it's nearly impossible doing the 110 piece. Oh, he lost the track again. A really costly error there. But that's part of the sport. Even experienced combinations have moments like this. Let's see how he ends up now. This canter work with the periods and the 1-10 piece once more. Maybe the periods helped him a little bit to have the connection, yeah, to the hind leg. Very good. Started to turn a bit early. So the period got at the beginning a bit big. Yeah, even here the transition, not supple in the back. That's why he broke down to walk and then he started to trot again. The horse really needs to lose the back muscle for a good transition from the canter to trot. And this is why we find this transition again here in the Grand Prix Special. Yeah, the right arm makes it good now, helps him a bit more forward. Maybe the best piaffe for today. I'm sure when he finds the way that the hind legs are working more under the body instead of just coming too much away from the ground, he will open up the back more and get a better connection, a better frame, even also in the neck, and can open up him more to gain even more points. So that this combination gains more suppleness and more working really through the whole horse. It's an absolutely impressive horse with impressive movements, but today we missed, next to the concentration of the rider in a few moments, which always can happen, as I said, we missed a bit the suppleness. But I'm sure he knows that. 62.021. He had really expensive errors today. And from Poland to Poland again. Hubert Yanovski entered the arena with his elegant mare Gerland, a 14-year-old KWPN mare sired by Blue Horse Hotline out of a painted black dam. Has been under Hubert's guidance as they ascend the Grand Prix ranks. Hubert is based in the Netherlands and has been steadily building his international presence. Presented Poland at the prestigious CDIO 5-Star Nations Cup in Compiègne, achieving a solid score in the Grand Prix there. Entering now out of this position, it seems that he's not 100% closed at the hind leg, but still a good hold. The horse was waiting for the rider's aids again to start now into this trot tour with the extended trot, a good over tracking, nice freedom in the shoulder. Maybe he can achieve a bit more swinging in this extended trot. But the horse gains a bit more frame. And now the half pass to the left, really nice, good bending, good flexion, nice crossing and keeping the flow. It seems that the horse is really in front of Hubert's aids. He energy is flowing from behind. Yeah, you can get softer in hand. We saw that there. Could have a bit more of cadence now in this passage. And the extended trot on the long side, back in the passage again. Taking the activity of the extended trot into the passage now. Yeah, could be a bit more active now from the hind leg. A bit closer from the hind leg. Needs to stay regular. Yes, better now that the right hind leg is doing the same like the left one. Pushing the same energy through the body like the left one. That's very important to get really straightness and balance. Good, half pass here to the right. Really elegant mare, nice combination. And the transition into the passage. Same here, a bit more cadence, a bit more collection, a bit more closing from behind to even reach out higher marks. But we see really suppleness here in the horse, even in these transitions. The rider does not take too much the aids of the rein. Let's see if he finds now. Yeah, very nice. He finds the stretching. Really relaxed with clear over track and a soft connection. Collected walk here maintains clarity. And the transition into the piaffe, yeah. Needs to activate him, come on. Could be a bit more active here in this piaffe. Was clear in the rhythm. But the horse could take a bit more responsibility on the hind legs in this piaffe passage work. Even here, yeah. He's trying to make him quicker. And out again. Now the turn here to the left. Back in the canter, a supple transition here. So let's see how Hubert Yanovski manages the canter work now with Gerlin. Really tries to get an active hind leg here on the short side. Take this width into the half pass. Very nice. Lost a bit the balance there in the change of direction. Very nice, even here in the change to the right. And again, he connects the hind leg again with the mouth on the short side for these two tempies now. Really nice. Absolutely a highlight of this test. The last one was a little bit out of balance. The horse jumped a little bit out of the connection to the left. But still clear and safe changes. Let's see the one tempies now. Well done. A pat from the rider for these 15 changes. It could maybe a bit more gaining ground cover and gaining a bit more the frame like he's doing now in this extended canter. He tries to keep him a bit longer in these one tempies. Sometimes that's not easy because you need a good connection to the hind leg for the one tempies, that the horse is closed, which demands then, this period was not so controlled, and the 110 piece, better, the period to the right. Better than the left one, but still turning a little bit too much by himself. He needs a bit more control. The horse needs to wait a little bit more, take a little bit more seat on the outside hind leg, so that the rider really can still ride with the inside leg and get the bending, and out of the bending, the flexion then, from behind to the front. The last center line now for Hubert Yanovski. The last piaffe and the transition. The overall impression remains positive. And the Polish team is happy with their second combination today in Grand Prix special here in Lier, where the riders have absolutely top conditions. And while we see here some of these highlights of that combination, don't forget full replays, exclusive interviews and behind the scenes insights are all available at Clip My Horse TV. You definitely should take a look. And here comes the score for Hubert Yanovski and Gerlin. It's overall 66.681%. Which is currently the third place for him. We are expecting the first rider for Sweden now. Maria Fon Essen enters the arena aboard Invoice. 13-year-old black Oldenburg gelding. Sired by Jess out of a Pharaoh mare. Really combining two of the most influential Dutch dressage bloodlines here. They achieved their personal best in the Grand Prix special with 75% at the CDI Tolbert in April 2024 last year. The extended trot here and a clear rhythm. Some over tracking. Nice and good connection to the mouth. Nice self-carriage. Half pass here to the left. The first passage, really active hind leg, but also closed, not just moving upper from the ground, also coming more under the body. And the transition here, she's not taking the highest risk today in the transitions. And the passage. Very impressive. And the half pass to the right here. Again, a good flexion, a good bending, nice swinging, nice crossing. Really supple transitions here. Again, a nice regular passage and the extended trot. For me personally, the best one in the test. A really truly harmonious combination. You can see how horse and rider move as one. Absolutely a clear 4-beat rhythm here in the walk with 8 phases, nice over tracking, smooth contact. Horse is looking a little bit to the audience, wants to say hello, but still a nice extended walk, good relaxation. Yeah, she's really waiting. You see with how much feeling she started that piaffe. That's what dressage all about. The feeling and the harmony between horse and rider. For me, a lot more important than the biggest movements. I prefer a supple horse always instead of having a tense horse with too much expression. Super piaffe here. Very nice. Active, on spot. Yeah, nice. You see, this is truly partnership here. Fantastic job by Maria Fon Essen in this first half, but we are not at the end. She still needs to gain the points for her Grand Prix special. Current score around running 70%. Could be a bit more uphill here in the half pass. It's a clear rhythm, but could be a bit, yeah. It's better here to the left. Horse is still really carrying on the outside hind leg and then finds the way uphill in relation to the hind leg. Yeah, keep the activity. Very nice changes. Really well balanced. And again the pad, she opens up him again. You see she can become lighter in hand. The horse is carrying itself, even though I would wish in a few moments a bit more responsibility in the hind leg, a bit more activity. But very nice one tempies now, really clear through the whole body, every strike. And now she should take this activity, yes, into the collected canter. Very smooth. Now the last transition, I'm sure that works. Very nice. Could also there be a bit more uphill. Maybe she can take a little bit more the risk there. The horse gains a bit more ground cover, becomes a bit bigger, not faster in this extended canter. Very controlled here in this first period. Starts really early to make sure she still has some space now for the 9 tempies. Very nice beginning of this center line. Very nice changes. Straight in balance, preparing the period, now turning, absolutely super ridden by Maria Fon Essen. Comes out very nice. She will gain high marks for the center line and the transition to trot for now the last extension and the last center line. Good activity now. And absolutely regular in the rhythm. As I mentioned before, super transition, super piaffe. Oi. Now he's really willing to gain the points on this last center line here. This remarkable invoice, a really nice and strong performance from this combination. Congratulations, Maria Fon Essen. Technically clean, with great focus on energy and absolutely suppleness here. You can always see the harmony between horse and rider. Always using recently the snaffle instead of the double rein. Very nice balance, good self-carriage here also in this passage, an absolutely highlight of the test from them both. I'm sure she's really happy with that. I'm sure that pushes them right in front, exactly 71.957% from the judges. She can be really happy with that here in this strong competition field. And we expect another really nice combination, excuse me. Now entering the arena for Portugal is Nuno Palma Santos, a seasoned Grand Prix competitor with a wealth of international experience. He's presenting us Fortunity SFRH, a 10-year-old Hanoverian gelding by Franciscus FRH, well known by Ingrid Klimke out of the Weltmeier Mare. And they have really been making steady progress on the international circuit. He has represented Portugal in so many various international competitions, and including also the Louis d'Or Cup finals in Frankfurt 2023. He is based in Germany, and runs there at dressage stable together with his wife Antonia. Coming really nice here in the test now. Very nice self-carriage, expressive trotting with a lot of cadence, nice freedom on the shoulder, but active in the hind leg. Very good crossing, nice swinging, super half pass here. Yeah, needs to make sure exactly that he's not running away. Keep the connection to the hind leg. And the transition to passage. Now he finds the rhythm, regular in the hind leg and in the front leg. Good transition, really expressive out of the shoulder. Maybe we could wish a bit more power now also from the hind leg. The hind legs are really pushing forward under the body, willing to bring the energy through the back into the mouth. And the half pass to the right, also here. Yeah, maybe you could keep a bit more the cadence. Really, really active. Good bending and flexion. Maybe a bit more of the swinging from the collected trot here in the half passes. Yeah, we see that. Nuno, Palma, Santos really fighting with Fortunity as for the points in this Grand Prix special. He's taking the risk. You see a really supple horse finding now the way into the relaxation, into the stretching. But may have a bit more freedom out of the shoulder to have a bit more over tracking then. Taking the reins back now, closing his horse again from behind to the mouth for the collected walk. And now the preparation for the piaffe. Let's see how he starts in there. Very nice. Yeah, needs to keep the activity, exactly. Maybe he can achieve in future that he has a bit more activity and can become a bit lighter in hand. That he has his horse even more on his back and at his aid of the weight. That's better now. Yeah, tries to give him the space, give him the balance. And the transition into the canter. Canter shows good balance and uphill tendency. Here with a clear 3-beat rhythm, plenty of energy in this half passes. Good bending, good flexion. He becomes a bit strong in hand now. Maybe he was watching a bit there to the audience. That's what I mean when he achieves that he can become even more often lighter in hand. It will make it look even smarter, even smoother than it already is. And the 2 times really safe. Nice uphill. We see it also here, the horse on the outside hind leg, jumping through the back, jumping through the whole body in both reins. Good connection to the hind leg in these 1-tempies. Very nice 1-tempies, clear uphill, yeah, the pat from the rider. Directly giving the horse a good feeling and saying thank you for giving your best for me. What a nice extended canter, really powerful, taking the risk at the end. He was getting a bit stiff in the back. It's to make sure to keep him loose in these transitions from the extended canter back to the collected canter. Yeah, inside leg is exactly trying to control and get the bending. He can improve that as well. Let's see how it goes after the 9-1 Tempest here on the center line, now into the period to the right. If he gets a bit more control there in the inside leg. Yes, he does. Yeah, that's better. This is really not easy. You really need to keep the horse between inside leg and outside rein and get the flexion out of the bending and not the bending out of the flexion. Which means that you try with your inside leg to really ride this bending in the period or in whatever, and then you get the flexion in front instead of pulling on the inside rein. Really nice. This last center line here, good piaffe. Very nice and strong performance from Nuno Palma Santos. I really enjoyed watching this horse giving its best for his rider. Yeah, and the team, they can be happy with Nuno Palma Santos representing Portugal and Fortunity SFRH for Portugal. And here comes the score, 69.6181%. Which puts him into the top 5 on the second place so far. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more combination to go before we have a small break here. This beautiful, fantastic FEI Grand Prix special here at this CDI in Lier. And we are now welcoming Diaenburgger to the arena, a member of the Swiss Elite Scout in the age of 45. She has been a consistent presence on the international dressage circuit. Today she is presenting against Santa Maria, a 10-year-old Russian warm blood, Mare Blai Sandro Marinero. She acquired that horse at the late 2023 and achieved notable results, including a nice victory in the Grand Prix Special at the CDI 4 Stars in Dielsdorf. Really impressive horse. Yesterday had some little issues with the suppleness. And the atmosphere here is sometimes not that easy for the horses. Let's see how she manages today. Comes into the test really impressive here. Yeah, could have a bit more. That's what I just said before. With the bending and deflection. Keep a bit more the bending and then get a bit more the flexion to the direction. So that she really gets this correct back bending and flexion from out of the hind leg to the mouth. And the extended trot here alongside, very active. Could be a bit looser there in the back. Very nice frame here, very nice passage now. See a very talented horse, only 10 years old, we don't have to forget that. Still a young Grand Prix horse, which could go also there, for example in Germany, the Louis d'Or Cup. Absolutely talented combination here. Nice transition back now. It seems now that she's really in the arena now. Santa Maria. Sensitive mare. But now she's really focused on her rider, Diaenburgger. And we see there the running score for around 70%. Very impressive passage. And the horse is not too strong there in the hand. We see the good self-carriage. We see swinging over the back. This is not just impressive. This is also supple there. And in a clear rhythm. I'm sure that the judges will give great points there for this tour. Here in the walk, the horse could stretch a bit more and find a bit more over-tracking. She's a bit quick in the rhythm, but still also here in a, needs to be careful to not lose the clear 4-beat rhythm. She's sometimes getting a bit quick in her walk. Maybe she finds in future with a little bit more experience then more the way to really calm down, open up the back in the walk and find a big walk. Another expressive Passage Piaffe tour, a little bit struggling with the balance. But you see the horse is really willing to come under the body with the hind legs. And sometimes nearly a bit too much, which then gets some issues in the balance. But a 10-year-old horse, 10 years old horse. Let's see how they manage the canter work now. The score dropped down a bit. Even here in the beginning of the half pass, a little struggle in the balance and could be, from my perspective, a bit more collected now. If the horse takes really the responsibility now on the outside hind leg, carries the weight there, she's really active, but she could stay a little bit longer, take a little bit more the seat in this collected canter, excuse me, and the 2-time changes. Clear and safe. Stays in a really nice connection, the horse, not losing the self-carriage in these changes. Now the mare gets a bit strong, pulls a bit against the rein. Maybe the rider can achieve in future using a bit more the snapper now, make her a bit looser, let her taking a bit more seat on the hind leg to carry the weight by herself, so that she does not need to support Santa Maria too much there. a bit struggling here with the changes, but now she finds it. Okay, there's not enough space for her now. As I said, this center line is so difficult. Some riders make it look so easy, but it is so difficult, and we see even the best riders of the world are struggling sometimes. Yeah. We can say not everything came together, but the basic quality and potential are clearly there. What a highlight again, this passage. And into the piaffe, nice transition, smooth and fluently. The horse stays in front of her. And comes out again. Very nice last center line. A test with a lot of ups and some little downs, but a lot of potential for this combination. Thank you very much, Diaenburgger from Switzerland. And we will wait now for the score. So, and here comes the result for Lier, Diaenburgger and Santa Marina. It's the fourth rank so far with 67.979%. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now heading into a short break, a chance to catch our breath before the next group of riders enters the arena. We are expecting world-class riders coming up in the second half of this Grand Prix special. And yeah, by the way, for those just tuning in, today marks my debut as a live commentator at this weekend. And I'm genuinely honored to be guiding you through this exciting competition. I hope you are enjoying the ride as much as I am. We'll be back in a few minutes with more world-class dressage. So stay with us.
chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. I wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is a prize. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back everyone. I hope you had a refreshing break. We are ready to continue with the next section of this exciting competition here at the FEI Grand Prix Special in Lier, Belgium. For those who've just joining us, my name is Robinson Bodevik and I'm a professional dressage trainer from Germany. It's a real pleasure to be your English-speaking commentator today, guiding you through the rides with both passion and a trained eye for the detail that makes this sport so special. And we now head into the second half of our starting field here live at Clip My Horse TV. And believe me, it's going to be a thrilling one with 8 more combinations to come, including international stars like Isabel Ver, Katherina Hammer, Charlotte Fry. So stay tuned. There's a lot more top sport ahead, but we are now starting the second half of this Grand Prix special with Marie-Jose Cai and limited edition, her homebred mare. Only 9 years old, sired by All at Once out of an uphill dam. Has been carefully developed by Marie herself. Really impressive here into the arena with a nice extended trot here, good over tracking, swinging over the back, loose and supple, gaining a lot of freedom in the shoulder. Very good swinging over the back. Could keep the swing a little bit more here in this half pass. It's a short way for the riders and the horses, and I mean we still have a young Grand Prix horse, only 9 years old. Good transition into the passage. What a lovely music now guiding this performance here. Really in the rhythm. Very good and active, really willing, coming under the body. In some moments, even here, could be a little bit more supple in the bending there. Yeah, it's just a bit stiff. It gets a bit sticky here in this half pass to the right. Could have been a bit more fluently with flexion and bending. She's petting her horse directly. She knows her the best. Maybe she knew that in this moment it wasn't possible to ask for more. So she took the risk. Really well managed. Coming here now into the passage. Very nice. Also the transitions really pointed out and back in the passage. Horses need a lot of power really for these exercises. And the transition now, let's see, yeah, directly finds the relaxation. That's what the judges want to see. The stretching, soft contact, the horse searches the contact, not pulling against the rein, but searching the way down to the stretching, to open up again the back, to find the overtracking, to find the freedom in the shoulder. Taking the reins back now for the collected walk, closing the frame of the horse from the hind leg to the hand, preparing now the first piaffe. Yeah, starting really nice on spot. Good and clear rhythm. Could be a bit more active maybe, but it's a 9-year-old horse, so we have to be careful by going too much in detail. She's managing it really nice, giving her a lot of confidence and securance here in the test. Ah, she directly knew it. Took the wrong track. I already asked myself why she's preparing the left side in the corner, because there comes the half pass now first, and she prepared the left side for the first change. And now we see a good half pass. She's back on track now, but of course it drops down the score a bit. Now she's dropped down to 68.8% currently. Let's see if she can win back some points for Marie Jose Cai and her homebred mare limited edition. Very nice 2 tempies, really fluently, staying in front of her eights, jumping through the body into both reins. Really nice balance for a 9-year-old horse. This is really good. Sometimes I would wish a little bit more self-carriage, that she does not have to use too much the aids of the reins and can give the horse even more freedom in the neck to find even more balance, that the back can come a little bit higher under her saddle. Even here she is doing the extended canter, but staying a little bit stiff in the back. So that's what I mean. She could have a little bit more power through the back, more flew through the back. Very nice period here. Really, the horse is sitting. Loses a bit the balance at the end. What a shame. It can happen. The period was really small. And then a 9-year-old horse, of course, can come easier and struggle. Let's see how she manages now to the right. Also very small, takes the risk again, but managed it super. And the transition to trot again, expressive extended trot once more here. And the last center line. Coming now into the piaffe once more. Now finding the rhythm a little bit unbalanced. That's why not 100% clear in the rhythm, but and the halt for Marie Jose Cai. Thank you for presenting limited edition here. There were a few moments of tension, but overall a really committed and well-structured test. And managed the tough transitions well here in the Grand Prix special. Not entirely mistake-free, but they really had some real highlights, such as that extended walk. We are seeing here again, you can really see how she's trying and taking the reins in front to give freedom, make space for the shoulder to come in front as much as possible, and to really stretch the upper line over the back. And these are 66.574% for this combination from the Netherlands. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's getting Olympic. We are welcoming one of the best dressage riders ever from Great Britain. Now entering the arena is Laura Tomlinson. Riding the promising KWPN gelding Issei, side by Johnson out of a Rubinstein mare. She was previously campaigned at Grand Prix level by Laura's cousin, Beatrice Marino, who is also the owner of this horse until Laura took over the reins, continuing Issei's development now on the international stage here at the CDI Grand Prix Special in Lier. The beginning of the year they made strong impression at national competitions. Really Issei showcasing his expressive movement and willingness to perform. That's what we can directly see here at the start of the test. Impressive and nice first diagonal. The horse in a really good frame. The energy is really flowing through the horse from the hind leg, over the back, into the neck, even here in the half pass with flexion and bending. Super nice half pass to the left here. Very smooth transition here in the passage. Maybe could be a bit more active in the hind leg, but it's a really clear rhythm, nice cadency. And the extended trot again, very good the transition into the extended trot, and very nice the transition back again. You can see she can get lighter in hand. She does not need to use too much the rein to bring the horse back again. This is very important, that the horse really closes itself from behind to the mouth, and that the rider always can become lighter because the weight is really on the hind leg. We can see this here with Laura, really nice. Very nice stretched upper body from Laura, smooth sitting. I really like how she gives impact in her aids to the horse, just trying as much as possible, as much as she needs. That's what I wanted to say. And again, very nice, these transitions, forward, backward, easy, smooth, light. Ladies and gentlemen, this is British dressage as it top level. Very nice here on the short side. Let's see how there's the current score. I'm really excited. I'm sure she will get good marks for that part. Very nice, relaxed walk here. Maybe could gain a bit more ground cover, but it's also sometimes a bit difficult out of this position to see how much over tracking there is. But we saw a really clear rhythm, a relaxed walk, nice freedom in the shoulder, also the collected walk, really nice. Always a sign for suppleness, for a good education of the horse. Yeah, struggling a little bit with the activity here. She had the rhythm, but a clear 2-beat rhythm, but not enough activity. Let's see the second piaffe now. Sure, she will activate him once more. Yeah, keep the flow. There's the current score, 71%. And out again. Turn to the left, also very good in balance, and transition into the canter. Laura Bechtolzheimer trained a long time together with German Reitmeister Klaus Balkenhol, one of the best riders and trainers ever exist on this planet. And he really taught her this light type of riding, this correct and classical riding. We see here also in the half passes, the horse keeps the rhythm, takes the weight on the outside hind leg, keeps a good bending and flexion, a good self-carriage, finds the way to open the neck. Yeah, now she needs a bit more self-carriage. Better, very nice changes, good uphill. Very straight and powerful flying changes here. Again, this frame, she opens him up again, and the back is working because the hind leg is under the body. The energy of the hind leg is due to a well-educated horse and good type of riding, always flowing straight into the neck. Sometimes on the right side he's asking a little bit to come on the front hand. Good change here to the left. See now the period. Collect him. Very nice period. Very strong on spot. Wow, a highlight of that test. Yeah, she starts smiling. I'm sure that gave her a fantastic feeling, that period. And again, collect from behind, close the hind leg to the mouth. Very nice, get that connection. And you see the horse is really well balanced between the inside leg and outside rein. I could have a bit more control at the outside rein while she came out of the period. to stay a bit straighter again than on the center line, but this is really searching a hair in the soup. Maybe that was a little bit a mix of German and English. And the passage now. Yeah, she starts smiling. She is happy with her Issei, the 12-year-old gelding. What a nice start into this second half of the FEI Grand Prix Special here in Lier. And a whole strong performance from Laura Tomlinson. There was nearly her first name. She was born as Laura Bechtolzheimer. Maybe some of you know her as well by that name. Laura Tomlinson and Issei for Great Britain. Super show. Very, very nice to see. I really enjoy that kind of riding. When you see the horse is carrying itself, the hind leg is closed, there is the back working, and the energy is really flowing straight into the neck so that the horse can achieve a maximum of collection by the hind leg. Really pull them down under the body. Maybe in this piaffe she can achieve in future to get him a bit quicker, and also that she maybe can use the reins a bit softer because she achieves even more suppleness. Very, very nice performance today. See, she is happy with that test. The fabulous Laura Tomlinson brings her on the second place so far with 70.915%. Which is directly behind Maria Fon Essen, and really beautiful performance with Invoice. Still in lead with 71.957%. But ladies and gentlemen, here comes one after another. The tension is rising. Tinne Wilhelmsson Sylfen is entering the arena. The next Olympian rider. And Tinne Wilhelmsson Sylfen aboard her promising mare Hyatt. A 13-year-old KWPN chestnut. Sired by Apache out of Sandrio mare, has been under Tinne's guidance since late 2022. Hyatt's journey to the top has been steady, but he was initially trained in Germany. Hyatt advanced through the levels with the German rider, super rider Anna Christina Avelin, before being acquired by Tinne's longtime sponsor. Now representing Sweden. Really, really nice chestnut. A bit sensitive, she described him. But that's what we need, what we want. The sensitivity. Sometimes, of course, that makes it a bit difficult in the test, but dressage is all about a good partnership, gaining the trust of the horse. And that's what we see at the beginning of the test. This extended trot maybe could be a bit more powerful out of the hind leg. Really nice frame. It's a really elegant type of trotting, in my opinion. Even though the hind leg could be a bit more active. Yeah, nice crossing, keeping the swing here in the half pass. Maybe could be a little bit more supple there in the bending and flexion to the left so that he opens up a bit more the neck, gets even more balance in these half passes. First transition here. Yeah, Tine Wilhelmsson Sylfen, an absolutely world-class rider with so much experience. Has ridden so many times for her country. Still remember her when I was a young kid. She was riding Aachen, watching that at that time on television. Nowadays we have Clip My Horse TV presenting here this FEI Grand Prix special. Really the home of equestrian sport now for every fan of equestrian sport. Very nice, this very nice half pass to the right, a lot more supple than to the left. Good crossing, very nice flexion, good bending, self-carriage. Very nice, this type of passage as well. It's really closed from behind. Needs to make sure, yeah, to keep the balance. Now she's back in game again. And the transition into the extended trot. And there we could wish a little bit more power from the hind leg. We have more over tracking. The horse could step a bit powerful out of the hind leg in this extended trot. Very nice passage here on the short side. And look at that. A true sign of suppleness after the big positive tension in the passage. Now the super extended walk. Maybe the horse could gain in future a bit more over tracking there, but the horse shows a really clear 4-beat rhythm in 8 phases. Nice stretching. The collected walk, safe and clear. Transition into the piaffe. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, he's coming so much under the body with the hind legs, which is good, but makes it even more difficult for him to find the balance and get the activity then while collecting himself so much. And we see that in the passage as well, when he sometimes is a bit asking against the bit. Very nice, but you see Tine is really trying to keep him loose, and with a light contact, with a light hand, she tries to give her aids. And this is what I mean when we talk about really world-class riders with so much experience. They know exactly how much they can ask for the horse at that moment. Very nice and smooth transition. She really manages it very nice. The horse now really good balance between inside leg and outside rein, taking the weight on the outside hind leg in this canter work, which remains in a clear jump also here in the half passes. Clear and good 3-beat rhythm. We can see all the 6 phases of the canter. Very good change. Really uphill. I'm now excited already for the flying changes from strike to strike. Little mistake there at the end. The other changes were safe. Could have been a bit straighter and a bit more powerful uphill to achieve even more points. What a pity here. The mistake, the clearly mistake in the 110 piece. Little misunderstanding there. She directly pats him again once more just to give him security and confidence. These mistakes can always happen, even to the best riders in the world. Very nice change to the left. She managed that fantastic. The horse is really always willing to collect, to really close from behind, and sometimes therefore has some issues with the balance then, which leads to that he's sometimes getting a bit out of the rhythm. Very nice ride period. Wow, what a highlight of this test today. And the transition, yeah, not really supple this moment. This will cost expensive points again. Not entirely mistake-free, but we have seen a lot of highlights with Tinne Wilhelmsson-Sylfen presenting Hyatt. There is so much potential in this combination, and I'm sure they will work now a lot on these small issues. Very nice last hold. Super. Tinne Wilhelmsson-Sylfen in this Grand Prix special with Hyatt for Sweden. And ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you we are expecting the next Olympic participant. We are heading now over from Sweden to the Netherlands. The next combination had a really nice test yesterday, achieving the best result for their country. And here comes the result for Tinne Wilhelmsson-Sylfen and Hyatt. 68.149%, which puts them onto the 5th place so far. So now let's enjoy this super combination, the experienced Hans-Peter Minderhout presenting a really elegant stallion, Glocks Tamianiao. Hans-Peter Minderhout, 52 years old, coming now into the arena, and you directly keep your eyes on that horse, Glocks Tamianiao, and Hans-Peter Minderhout for the Netherlands. Super beginning, really nice self-carriage here. Really trotting uphill, the horse well balanced through the corner onto the first diagonal. Could here be a bit more active also in the hind leg. Gaining ground cover, good freedom in the shoulders, staying really nice uphill with the neck. Swinging over the back. And what I yesterday also really liked is the expression of the horse's face. The horse always looks happy. It seems to really enjoy that test. Coming now into the passage here. Could have been a bit more clearer in the rhythm, in the passage, in the hind leg. Really impressive type of passage. Really coming back from the ground. Very nice half pass to the right. Good crossing. Very nice bending and flexion. And you see a really light impact by Hans-Peter Minderhout. And a really confident horse. I really want to figure that out, because in my opinion Hans-Peter Minderhout really is trying to develop his type of riding through the years. This is really nice to see now. Comes really good here now. From the passage into the walk. Let's see if he finds the stretching now. Yeah, he could get a little longer in the neck to even find more stretching. We have good over tracking, a clear rhythm, but for me the connection to the mouth should be softer and longer and steadier. Good piaffe here, coming really nice out, well balanced, seated by Hans-Peter Minderhout, always trying to just give as much aid as necessary. I think this weren't the maximum or minimum type of steps. 12 to 15 are necessary, and he could be a bit more active in this piaffe work. What a pity, he looked there before on the long side once. The half pass to the right, good crossing. Yeah, needs to make sure to really have the forehand in front a little bit. The hind legs should never come before the front legs. And the two-time changes. Really impressive through the whole body. The power goes from the hind leg, the jump through the body. Yeah, got a bit of tension there at the end, maybe in the back. He came really back in these flying changes. Safe flying changes from strike to strike. Nice uphill through the body. Yeah, he needs to make sure that he carries himself now. Does not start to search a bit too much the weight on the bit. Yes, that's better again. Now the period. Whoop. Lost a bit the balance there while coming out. Was a bit under control. The flying change from strike to strike again, really safe. Let's see how he manages the period to the right. Has a good bending and flexion. Yeah. Clear rhythm. Very nice. It comes better out for me. The right period a bit better than the left one. Very nice and supple transition. Hans-Peter Minderhout is going to take the lead if he can continue his test like that, having now a nice, I'm sure, impressive center line. Once more, yeah, there's the pat for the horse. Hans-Peter is smiling, he seems to be happy with his partner. Also only a 10 years old horse. Clocks Taminiao by Toto Junior, the son of the legendary Totilas. And the last hold, very nice for the Netherlands, Hans-Peter Minderhout. They have made a lot of things look so easy. And we could see the harmony between horse and rider here. A really confident horse. So here the aid of the rider really nice and calm in these one tempi changes. And that's the lead so far for Hans-Peter Minderhout and Glocks Taminiao, 72.787%. And he is directly followed by Maria Fon Essen and Invoice with 71.9%. And on the third place so far is Laura Tomlinson and Issei. But now we concentrate on a really sympathetic combination. From Portugal comes João Pedro Mora, riding his talented stallion Drossa Fürst Kennedy OLD, excuse me. Was only 10 years old, bred by Fürstenlook out of Feodora, a Don Kennedy mare, which was bred by Gestüt Lewitz in Germany. A horse with a really impressive type of moving. Portugal, yesterday's 5th position in the team ranking. And João earned the highest score yesterday for his country with 71.9% in the Grand Prix, showing a lot of highlights there. Let's see how they take the risk today for this individual Grand Prix special. Very nice type of half pass. Maybe could have a bit more bending over there. Yeah, makes sure to really find the rhythm to stay regular now, also in the hind leg. That's better, now he finds the rhythm. and back again out of this extended trot. Joao really having light impacts on his horse. Just trying to show him the way and what to do without supporting him too much, without disturbing his horse. Very smooth kind of riding by the rider. Seems the horse is always in front of his leg. Yeah, really nice passage coming here under the body. Maybe you could stay a little longer in the cadence. And the extended trot could have been a bit more fluently at the end. It's still a very nice extension. But of course, on this high level, every detail counts. You see the current score with over 71% so far. Absolutely. Also yesterday, one of the highlights of them both. After this powerful passage coming directly into a relaxed walk, finding the stretching and the pad directly for this good extended walk. This is so nice to see this good communication between horse and rider, which makes riding and dressage look so easy, but we all know it isn't. Yeah, struggling a bit with the balance here. In the piaffe, coming good again in the passage. Yeah, needs to make sure to keep him regular. And it's the same as we have seen today before a few times. These type of horses who really are willing to come back so much under the body with their hind legs, they are often struggling then with the clear rhythm because they are struggling with the balance. Very smooth and supple transition into the canter work. Good half passes. The left one maybe was a bit smoother than the right one in the bending and deflection. The two tempies, he really wants to ride them forward. Wants to express every change. Well done. Super managed by Joao Pedro Mora. Now the preparation for the one tempies. Very good changes. Clear and uphill. One tempies are the ultimate test of precision, balance and timing. That's why they are also asked twice here in the Grand Prix Special. And again, this difficult line. First, a really nice, good controlled period. The pet, that's what I really like. He's always communicating with his horse. Seems that they are really having a nice partnership together. And now the period to the right. Very good, also very controlled. The rider starts smiling. Look at his face. He is really happy with that. He feels that this is special. And the extended trot once more. And again, he could open a little bit more there in the back to keep a bit more the flow. That he really swings not just under the saddle, that he really, the power goes in the neck to the mouth. Good passage here. Really, really active. Yeah, come on, find the balance now. Better. Yeah, he makes it very clever, gives him a bit the hand, the freedom in the neck, and lowers the neck a little bit so that the horse really can balance itself with his neck, open up a bit more the back. The piaffe was still not perfect, but better than the others. Well done. Super riding by João Pedro Mora from Portugal, ladies and gentlemen. Really confident entrance. And ladies and gentlemen, we have another 3 combinations to go. And here already entering now the arena is the seasoned British dressage rider Andrew Gold at the age of 45, representing Great Britain together with Indigo, a 12-year-old black KWPN stallion. A duo that has really been making significant strides in the international dressage circuit. Indigo is out of a Jazz mare. And is by Negro. Very nice half pass here to the left. Oh, little misunderstanding there in the transition. In my opinion, he already improved his horse from yesterday. He has him today a bit more over the back than yesterday he already had. Finding now really nice passage and a really clear rhythm, active from behind. And the half pass to the right. A good bending and flexion. Very nice self-carriage here to the right. Very regular passage. Every step like the other. Expressive extended trot. Maybe you could make sure in future to Let him swing a bit more over the back in this extended trot. He's not only just getting faster, you could find a bit more stretching here in the walk. Good start into the piaffe. Very cadenced. Very nice Busau piaffe tour here now. Absolutely a highlight of this Grand Prix special test so far. He really comes away from the ground, bouncing through the body. It's not just a movement in the legs, it's a movement through the body. In some moments, I could wish the horse a bit lighter in hand, maybe. Even here in the beginning of the half pass, maybe a bit smoother in starting to ask for the bending and the flexion. Yeah, needs to make sure to keep the clear 3-beat rhythm here. That's better to the left. Very nice half pass here. Yeah, keep the rhythm and the change on spot. Very nice. Yeah, tries to open up the frame again here. Andrew Gold. Is he on the way to gold today? We will see. Very good changes now. From every second strike, very straight through the body, controlled, collected canter here on the short side. The whole test seems very controlled. The horse is really listening to the aids of Andrew Gold. And Indigo trying to really open up now, finding the uphill cadency in this extended canter. Very nice transition back again. And the period to the left. Could have been a bit more controlled at the beginning to really stay on spot. Very nice changes, really safe. And again, let's see how he manages the period to the right. Good transition here again. That's a close fight now for the points. Hans Peter Minderhout and Andrew Gold. But we still have 2 more riders to go. But now a really nice last center line here. Another last really expressive passage. The last chance to make a lasting impression by the judges, and he is happy. He can be very happy with his Indigro. Super nice performance by Andrew Gold, representing Great Britain here at the FEI Grand Prix Special in Lier, broadcasted live to you all over the world from Clip My Horse TV, the home of equestrian world. We are still enjoying some of these highlights of the test here until we wait for the last two competitors to go. It's going to the final now. Who is going to save the win here in Lier? And ladies and gentlemen, now wait for the result. We're all excited. And here comes the score for Andrew Gold and Indigro. It's the lead so far, 73.021%, which saves him at the worst case a third place today. And ladies and gentlemen, already entered the arena, and I have to be honest, this is a really huge honor for me, personal, as Isabel Ver is a really big personal idol of mine, to guide you through this Grand Prix special, together with Special Blend, a promising young stallion. Let's enjoy that Grand Prix special now. Super balanced, fantastic flow from the hind leg over the whole body, through the neck, into the mouth. Yeah. Very nice frame. She even opens him and gets him more open than yesterday already. Wow, what a preparation for the half pass. And really slightly, with a big crossing, big swinging, keeping the cadency. Isabel Ver, the queen of dressage, showing absolutely the top of dressage here in Lier. Super passage. We really see the horse has so much talent for this piaffe passage work. Very clear in rhythm, nice transition, soft and smooth. She gives him the rein to open up the neck again for this good extended trot. And super smooth back again. You see, she does not use the reins to bring him back. She's really sitting in the horse, not on the horse. It's really a deeply connection to the back, and transports every energy of the hind leg with her middle stable position to the mouth. And this is extraordinary swinging here in this half pass. Absolutely amazing. And the transition in the passage again. Yeah, needs to make sure to keep him regular there in the hind leg. That's better now. Good transition again. Very nice frame. Gains ground cover. Maybe he could step a bit more away from the ground with the hind leg there, just to even reach out some more higher marks. The pad You see the horse is really soft and light contact, a really positive, necessary tension. For me personally, I'm so happy that Isabel Ver didn't decide it yet to retire, because I think that's absolutely not necessary. She's still sitting like a 25 years old woman, absolutely in balance, super nice to watch. Very good transition here in the Piaffe. Fantastic how she always develops new horses to this absolutely highest level. And this is, I think, I'm not sure 100%, but I think this is only her first international Grand Prix special for this combination. Very good Piaffe, and that's what I said before, we have so much talent here. I think it's a real joy for Isabel to educate this talented 10-year-old stallion. Special blend is sired by Silan. Really nice to see how the weight is on the outside hind leg here in these half passes. The horse really nice, crossing smooth to the right with a good bending and flexion, even here to the left. And she could improve the half pass to the left in the half pass. Flying change maybe was a bit sticky there. Uses the corner again. Super changes. Very nice through the body. I think Isabel has really a good superstar again in the saddle with this talented special blend. She's just at the beginning of the journey in the Grand Prix sport. This is absolutely world-class riding from Isabel. Of course, it's not perfect for the highest marks here. He came a bit much forward, and maybe he can still find a bit more balance during the time, but please, let's don't forget, we are talking about a 10-year-old Grand Prix horse. Very nice, the transition back into the collected canter and the subtle change to the left. And now center line, good period. Yeah, the horse really carries the weight on the hind leg. And we see that Isabel can always become lighter during in the moments when she's collecting him again. Oh, we see that the connection in the one-10 piece is not as good as in the normal collected canter. It's a question of power, a question of balance. But there's so much potential. Yeah. Transition can be a bit more fluently here. And another last extended trot here, transition back. And now the center line for the outstanding Isabel Ver. And special blend coming here in another impressive passage. He really closes up the hind leg. Makes now sure to find the balance for the Piaffe. Coming really nice into the Piaffe. Really active on spot, and Isabel supports the horse so smooth and just as much as necessary. Absolutely nice to see. very, very strong performance. Ladies and gentlemen, Isabel Ver and Special Blend representing Germany today here in the FEI Grand Prix Special in Lier. And ladies and gentlemen, if I sound excited, it is because I am. We still have one more last competitor to go. And we are expecting one of the best combination from Germany as our last competitor. But let's still enjoy these highlights from the test of Isabel. Yeah, she's smiling. 71.7% Special Blend and Isabel Ver, which lets them lead rank 4 so far. And the tension is rising now. We are seeing Mr. Huberto Schmidt, one of the best riders ever existed in Germany. And he came together with Katherina Hammer and Dwarte PCH, ladies and gentlemen, representing Germany. Katherina took over the reins from Hubertus and since then had made an amazing development. Only at the age of 31, she is now on world ranking 10 at the official FEI list, and let's see how she comes into the Grand Prix Special now. It's all or nothing now in this decision of the Grand Prix Special. What an entrance! Confident, a real statement at the beginning. She was really happy with yesterday's test in the Grand Prix. Very nice extended trot here. The energy really flows through the back, in the neck. The hind leg is under the body, resulting in a really nice uphill connection in the neck. Yeah, opens him again before the half pass, which is a really nice half pass to the left. Super crossing, keeping the swinging as well of this collected trot. We see here back again on the long side, no change of the rhythm of the swing. This is a sign of really high quality education and classical riding. Fantastic transition, super passage here, really nice cadence. Coming down into the extended trot now, gaining good ground cover, really, really supple. Very nice here in the frame, yeah. Keeps it long here in the passage, very nice, active, good cadence, and the half pass to the right. Look at this type of riding from Katherina. This is so smooth, always. She's so movable in her body, being really one with the movement of the horse, trying to support him as much as necessary. To figure out really this elegance of that fantastic pyre. Very nice, back again. Also these transitions so smooth and simple. She can always become lighter in hand. Ladies and gentlemen, that's really dressage, what it's all about. Let's enjoy that. Very nice passage, really strong here. Yeah, keep the rhythm. And now let's see if they find the relaxation, the stretching now. Dwarte PCH. sensitive horse, always willing to give his absolutely best for Katherina. And he's finding the relaxation here. Maybe he could have had a bit more over tracking in this extended walk to reach out even more higher marks there. But we see also here a really correct and clear 4-beat rhythm in the collected walk. And she collects the horse always from behind to the front, as we've seen also here in this piaffe. Fantastic. She can become lighter, takes a seat and keeps the activity out of her middle position, transporting every step through the back of the horse into the mouth, achieving the maximum of self-carriage there. Let's see the second piaffe. Yes, come on, Denoir. Super, coming out again in the passage. Yeah, keep the activity from the hind leg. Very regular. Nice through the corner here. Very supple, the transition. A sign really of perfect education during a lot of years. You can really see the type of riding from behind to the hand here in the canter as well. I'm sure Mr. Huberto Schmidt is so proud of this combination and their development. I mean, it's also his work. Katherina is riding with Huberto Schmidt for more than 10 years. She makes it look so easy here in the two tempies. She stays collected, she keeps the connection to the hind leg. Uphill tendency, maybe they could have been a bit straighter on the line. But so fluently and loose in the back, even here. Her aids just simple and correct. So much feeling, this rider. Now make him straight before the extended canter here. Bring him again under the body and the transition back. And again, she can become lighter in hand. Riding an impressive flying change to the left. Yeah, hold the line. Super period. Wow. Controlled, small, yeah. Katherina managed it good. Well done. That was not easy. And the period to the right, yeah, maybe a bit more bending. Yeah, at the end, better. The left one maybe was a little bit better than the right one. Super transition, yeah. Again, a control of the suppleness, and we see a test full of highlights here. A test always really on the hind leg. Every stride, every step, every strike is really going straight into the neck of the horse. There's a really good connection from the hind leg over the back. Impressive passage work here, coming now back into the piaffe, and look at this piaffe, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a rhythm. Wow, and she comes out of this super piaffe here at the end again. What a highlight of that test was. And the passage. Let's have a solid hold. Yeah. Huberto Schmidt being happy with this extraordinary, absolutely phenomenal presentation here. Look at these half passes again with so much nice fluently and suppleness during the whole test here. Very smooth and good connection during the whole test from the hind leg over the back. As I said a few times before, I'm sorry, but this is really dressage sport how it should be. And I think we can be all excited if we see such quality riding. Here the left period really carrying the way on the outside hind leg, having the bending and deflection, the solid hold. Let's see in her face. I'm sure she is happy with that performance. Well done, Katherina Hammer, ladies and gentlemen, for Germany. Was our last competitor here in the FEI Grand Prix Special in Lier. And here comes the result. 75.702%, ladies and gentlemen. This is the lead and the win for Katherina Hammer and Denoir PCH. Team Germany is celebrating. Team Flyenhof and Hubertus Schmidt is celebrating. Congratulations to all the riders of this great performances today we have seen here in the Grand Prix Special. But ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. This is not the end for today. We have a look on the result again. On the lead, Katherina Hammer, followed by Mr. Gold and Indigo. Hans-Peter Minderhout and Glocks Tammy Niao on the third place with 72.787%, followed by Maria Fon Essen and Isabel Ver with Special Blend. We have seen top riders on top level today here in Belgium, in Lier. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Robinson Bodevik, and I hope to hear you soon for the Grand Prix Freestyle, starting in around half an hour. So make sure to come back. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that dressage test as much as I did.
I know you're loving it too. Everybody's watching you. you find a way through all of this madness. Can I be a light of day? Please won't you believe me, even if you don't agree? Know that I'm trying to help us all break free. Oh no, there'll be nothing left for no one. No, there'll be nothing left for no one. If you don't stop living your life, turn to one side with a blind eye. There'll be nothing left for no one, for no one. Saying that I'm sorry, yeah, for things I've said and done, but I don't want to be here if I'm looking down a gun. Oh, there'll be nothing left for no one. No, there'll be nothing left for no one. If you don't stop living your life, turn to one side with a blind eye. There'll be nothing left for no one, for no one. Left for no one, 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 left for no one. There'll be nothing left for no one, for no one.
Now the wind is at my back and I'm sailing on the ship, that's all I do. Well, I've blown so many chances that I ain't gonna blow this chance.